Hello riding people. Today we're going to have a ride across Henderson Mountain. It's a beautiful little place that probably the local residents don't appreciate us putting on the map, but it's a great riding road. And then we'll go across Fort Mountain, which is pretty famous, runs between Chatsworth and Elyje. It's my tabby having a sneezing fit. And stop at Canterbury restaurant probably for a bit of lunch, maybe catch up with Jerry who's due his 6,000 mile service on his R1250 GSA, and then we'll take a lovely 136 cross country and then start heading south back towards Atlanta. So probably film some of that, probably over the mountain, and also a bit of banter or catch up at lunchtime. So stay with us and you'll see how we get on.
Rather you than me, sir. So the best plans of mice and men and all that. Didn't get to shoot any footage over over the mountains, either Henderson's or Fort Mountain, and it was pretty damn cold actually. Got down to about 42 degrees. There's some freezing fog. It was most unpleasant, and I had to put the heated grips on the super hot toasty setting, put my winter gloves on and some inner gloves, some thermal gloves, and it was a bit miserable for a little while. But now we've got up to around 1:45 in the afternoon. We've got dizzy heights of 58 degrees. And we've got the beautiful blue skies, sunshine, and no particular place to go. We're a bit ahead of schedule, so we're going to go home actually, but now we're going to head east and visit our friends at Hourglass Motorcycles. They sell BMW, Triumph and Motors. They used to be MV dealers, but they dropped that franchise. And yeah, I was going to catch up with Jerry at lunchtime as well, but we're all a bit taters really, so we had some hot soup, hot drinks, and I didn't get out the video in the end. But we did what's the word? I did catch up with Jerry at the gas station there, and I asked him a little bit about his bike. It's going in on Wednesday for its 6,000 mile service. Rear tyre is just about shot, and the front's not got that much more life in it either. And so far so good, zero problems, no oil leaks, no electrical gremlins, no what's that noise type nonsense. He's only had the bike about 6 weeks and he's already up to the 6k service. Considering he doesn't commute anywhere on his bike, that's quite a decent mileage and then some. Although he had a trip down to the Florida Keys, which probably helped in terms of bumping up those miles. And he just can't stop riding anything. He really loves it. He really loved his 1200. Well, the two 1200s he had before that. He had a Road 1200, then he had a GS Adventure, and fell in love with that. And now, of course, like me, he's got the variable cam, shift cam, VVT 2019 R1250 GS Adventure, and he really loves it. He's got similar modifications to me. He's got the same MRA fairing lip. He's got the same sticky pads for the top of the panniers, and the same kind of graphics protector kit on his panniers, and the same in terms of the front mudguard extender, whose name escapes me, but if you check back from my ride on vids you'll see me fitting one of those. They also do a product called a Mudslinger for the rear, which I'm in two minds whether to fit. But that's kind of it for the Farkles on our bikes at the moment, although I have fitted a carbon fibre tag plate surround this week, just for aesthetic appeal. I I won't show you a photograph without a video of that. I think you know what a carbon fibre number plates around looks like. In terms of my bike, I don't think it will come up on camera, but 1,673 miles, and no problems really whatsoever. Had at the first oil change, the mechanic noticed there was an O-ring that had rolled. It's about 98 cents to replace. Other than that, trouble free. Even when I've left it for 2 or 3 weeks due to the weather and just started it, it's just kicked into life immediately. I'm having to turn down my heated grips now because they're a bit hot, and yeah, it's been a joy to ride. It's definitely got more mid-range punch with that VVT. It's more lively, and I have the standard suspension now. My one was the low, and I'm much happier with the standard suspension. Just there's a little bit more travel, and that's really helping with comfort, and also that's given me more ground clearance, which was very much needed. And when the hot summer months come, when I'm really throwing this around like a sports bike, I think that will be very much appreciated. Digging the new Michelin adventure tyres. Paul's got them on his R1250 GSA as well, and Jerry has got the dealership to get a pair in to fit on Wednesday, so it'll be interesting to get his feedback on whether he likes the tyres. But we're big fans of the new Michelin, and if you're in 2 months ready to buy some over the traditional Anarchies or another, I would say get them. They're a really good tyre. What else can I tell you? Well, big news. First there was Jerry, then there was me, then there was me, Jerry and Paul, but now Ed, who you haven't seen for a while on video, who rides the blue Indian, he has just ordered his 2019 R1250 GS Adventure. Hurrah! Unlike us, he's avoided going the trendy motorsports red, white and blue colours, and instead he's bought that HP style colour scheme for the green colour. Now, I can't remember what they call the green colour. It's something like Kalamazoo or some Kalahari green or something like that, and I think it's a colour that grows on you. A lot of people don't like it on first impressions. Jerry hated it on first impressions. I quite like it because I really like the kind of olive green one they used to do before. Looked kind of like I was going to say industrial, but more kind of like military really. It just looked pretty cool, I thought, and he's gone for that colour scheme, and I think it's winning Jerry over a little bit now. And I think it's nice that it's a bit different from what we've got in terms of colourway. I'm really glad Ed's gone for that. I think he will love the bike. It's a lot of fun, and it will give him a lot more confidence. You know, he's riding around on this 900-pound behemoth, and it really is a big bike to muscle around, and if you've got to stop it quickly or make it turn quickly. So when he's out riding with us and we're you know, getting up to a decent click on the dials, he struggled a little bit, bless him, and he's looked at us in a bit of a fair degree of envy, I think, when we've hit the rough stuff and just bouncing over, you know, potholes, and then when it comes to safely quickly overtaking things, the GSA's got a lot of decent torque, made exactly where you need it really, the mid-range, so it's kind of effortless overtakes, whereas it needs a lot of planning on that engine. So it's a bit blustery today, and I'm knocking on you know, fair old decent speed myself today, so apologies if you're getting lots of wind noise, but hopefully you can still hear what I'm saying. And so yeah, congratulations to Ed. Hopefully he'll get it later this week, if not it'll probably be next week, and for sure we'll do some VT on that one, and we'll get some first impressions from him. Obviously there's lots of first impression videos out there, and I've done my own, and you know, the bike's been out a few months now, but it'd be nice to get his thoughts and feedback. He's not a boy racer by any stretch of the imagination, and he's been riding a big cruising V-twin for the last couple of years. It'd be nice to get his thoughts. He did demo a lot of bikes, including like Tiger 800 for instance, and the Tiger 1200, and a few other bikes as well, I believe, but ultimately you know, the GSA just wins you over. It's one of those bikes that if you're you know, you're not sure whether you want one or not, if you ride it, it will persuade you one way or the other, and it seems generally to be one way, you know, you want it. So if you like the bike but you can't afford it, but you fancy riding it just to see what it's like, normally I'd say do it, but you might not want to with the 1250, because it just might get you into more debt than you really want to. But if you can afford it or stretch the repayments, however you're funding it, yeah, it's a great bike, and I'm very pleased with mine. Jerry's very pleased, and Paul's very pleased with his, and I think Paul's done a little bit more miles than me, about 2,000. Jerry's up to 6, and I'm just under 2. And good old Ed, his one is 0 because it's still in a crate somewhere, probably on a ship on its way over here. And he's going to sell his Indian privately, I believe. And it's been a nice bike. It's really looked after it, but it's just time for a change. You want something slightly lighter, but can still do you know, two up comfortable with lots of luggage and all the rest of it. And I think it'd be a real eye-opening for him. I really hope he becomes besotted with it and really enjoys it. It's kind of strange that a lot of my riding friends have ended up with the GSA now. I think it's probably the enthusiasm of Jerry and I for this particular model that was helping indent that impression on them. We've certainly not been telling people they should buy one or must buy one. We've just been saying how much it suits our needs and how much we love having the practicality and dependability of the bike. And it's still a joy to ride. It's not just you know, you're not riding a laptop or a Lexus or something. It's not just reliable and practical, but it's just fun to drive as well. It's a really nice vehicle to own. So we're on our way to Hourglass Motorcycles of Beaufort, or Triumph Beaufort, or whatever they're called this week, and we might see our friends there, Kyle Campbell, who's the owner and GM, and Amanda, who's in charge of finances and marketing development, or Mike in sales. All really nice people, and a few people have asked why we haven't bought our BMWs from Hourglass. We bought ours from the Marietta store, which is a BMW in Husqvarna and a Ducati store. I think the primary reason for that has been kind of timing and some comedy of errors. You know, it's whether they have the right bike in the right spec and colourways, and whether they got back to us on time with decent you know, deal offers or not. And it just seems that the shop in Marietta that we deal with, Bob's as we affectionately call it, because it was run by a guy called Bob, and now it's run by Bob Jr., his son. And our salesman there, Rick, we just have a very good relationship. Basically, they know we buy a lot of bikes, and they look after us collectively as a group, and we try and look after them in terms of putting a bit of business their way if it makes sense. You know, ultimately it doesn't always make sense. You know, you've got to balance the whoever's giving you the best deal versus who you want to give the business with, what dealers you want to be around in, you know, the next year or so to service your bike, etc. And of course where you live geographically and all those kind of factors. There's a lot of factors play into why you might buy from one dealer and not another. And we've got nothing against Hourglass. We'd certainly buy a motorcycle from them, and certainly if I wanted a Triumph I would be there because they're the best Triumph dealer around. But with BMW it's a little bit more choice for us, and we already have you know, previous purchasing experiences and servicing experiences with a different dealership, so that's the only reason why we might not go for them, or haven't gone to them for our current BMWs. But it's not to say that we wouldn't necessarily do that in the future. So hopefully you're getting some decent video footage. I mounted the camera higher now on my helmet, give you a little bit more view of the road ahead, and I've also changed my microphone to a great microphone. Really happy with it. You can never get a perfect audio sound on a motorcycle above 70 miles an hour or so, because, you know, it's just the fact that you're out there in the wind blast, and if you haven't got a great helmet, mine's quite blustery, lets in a lot of air noise, wind flow rather, you will be susceptible to getting that on the audio. But I think this microphone in general terms works exceedingly well. You can hear my voice fairly clearly, you can hear the engine, and it's blocking out a lot of the wind, which is great. So I think this is what I'll be using moving forwards. And I've just bought a Sena SRL system for the Shoei Neotech 2, so in the coming weeks I'll be getting hold of a new Shoei Neotech 2, pairing those up, pairing them to the bike, so I can hear the GPS from the bike and from my phone, from Waze, and talk to the other guys on the intercoms. I've never been a big fan of intercoms, but they definitely have their uses. You know, when you want to tell someone you're in trouble, or you need to stop, or you're not sure, you know, what the direction is you should be going. There's definitely some clear benefits, I think, to having an intercom system. And I really like the Sena one, or Sena, I guess it is, SRL, because it seamlessly integrates into the helmet. It's already got pre-cut out in the foam internals for the wiring, and it all plugs in nice and flush, so you have no external box as such on the helmet itself, which I really like as a design. And it comes with a nice boom mic. I was using a boom mic for my microphone, it was not working particularly well on the bike, and I didn't want a helmet that has lots of complicated wiring internally, two boom mics, to be able to use the intercom and use you know, record high speed like this footage on the bike. So, but with this new microphone, it's just a plug in to the plug line in or inline box that GoPro do, then straight to GoPro. So it's pretty minimal in terms of what's attached to the helmet, and can be all detached and thrown in a bag very quickly, which I really like, with no need for internal cabling in the interior. So that's been the result so far. And when I pick up the new Shoei, I'll let you know how I'm getting on with that. I tried one on yesterday, it was a great fit, and there's some really cool splicer, as they call it, range with graphics coming out for them, and I'm going to try and get one of the splicer ones, and see how we get on once I've got that and got it all set up. Waze is telling me there's a policeman up ahead. I do like it when Waze tells me that. It's always nice to know there might be a hazard. There he is. Doesn't appear to be a hazard though. Maybe he's just trying to catch speeders. Unfortunately, we never break the speed limit, so not really an issue for us personally, but for others I'm sure it is. Hello, 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 Mr. Beastman. Hello. Oh, there's a hazard further up. Waze is telling me, and I can see it now. Pulled over one or two cars. Hello, you're in trouble, son. Not sure what's occurring there, but there was a distinct smell of marijuana as I passed it, so who knows. The marijuana. There's Charlie, dentist to the stars. Trying to get warm after our cold morning ride. It's pretty nice now actually though, it's 58 degrees. That sun is out. Feels good. To do without this traffic ahead though, but we're about to get off anyway. 4.1 miles to coming, taking the Beaufort Dam Road cross country. Right then, let's have a little bit of cheerful comedy banter. What do you get if you cross a brown cow with a brown chicken? A brown chicken, brown cow. Okay, what do you call a one-legged dinosaur? A do you think you catch us? What do you call a dinosaur with only one eye? A Jaffinkysaurus. A Jaffinkysaurus. Here we go, go, yo. Toogaloo. It's a nice word, isn't it? Toogaloo. I'm going Toogaloo. Alright, well Charlie was saying his bike's done about 35,000 miles now, so that's not bad on his 107. He's not had any problems in terms of reliability of the running gear, engine, transmission and the final belt drive have all been good, so good for him, good for Harley. I think the only kind of major problem he's had is the screen cracking on that thing through vibration. I think he's had through 2 or 3 screens, which could be better, but otherwise it's been a joy to own for him. It's the right bike for him. I think he'd like a GSA as well, or if his wife didn't ride, because she really loves the comfort of the Harley, he'd probably have a GSA as well. He's very tall and likes the bike, so it's probably what he'd have. We're just about to go over Beaufort Dam, which is a really beautiful dam. It stretches for considerable distance. This is Lake Lanier. It's an amazing expanse of water. I've no idea what the volume of water is in that, or how far it extends that lake, but it is extensive. Lots of people die in it every year, unfortunately. Usually kind of alcohol related. Alcohol, water do not mix, children. But I guess there's a few other kind of nondescript accidents, whether somebody's hit by a jet ski or something like that, who knows. But it seems to be every year there's some kind of report of somebody losing their life, which is saddening, but it's frequented by tens of thousands of people every year who just want to appreciate the natural beauty of it, and they come along, they set up shop with their picnics, have a wonderful day out and go home safely, and before the drudgery of the working week, so that's nice. And this road, this twisty road across it, if there was no traffic, it'd be absolutely epic. I'd love to do it on like a 252 stroke, like an old RGV 250V or something. That would just be mega, wouldn't it? Knee down around here. It's a shame about the Armico, but yeah, if there was no armour code, no traffic, say, and a 250 stroker, that'd be awesome sauce. I wonder if you can see down there, if I stand up on the pegs, got some real elevation, and it's a beautiful sight to behold, this place. I mean, it really is. I mean, this is February, people, come on. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Z06. Let's do the bumpity bump. Speed tables ahead. I assure you there's nothing speedy about these tables. All they do is slow you down. Here we go. First gear all the way. Rest my leg on the cylinder head there. I found I haven't put highway pegs on the engine protection bars on this one, because I can just rest my legs there for a minute, and that will be enough to let the blood flow to them and give my dodgy old cartilage in my left knee an easier time. And strangely, I don't feel any heat whatsoever off that cylinder head. Sometimes on a cold day it would actually be nice, but I'm guessing in the summer that will be a godsend, being able to stretch a leg out on the cylinder without feeling any heat or your pants catching on fire. Bit of greenery cropping up, bit of spring coming. Oh yeah. Guess it won't be very long before we'll be moaning, bitching and moaning how hot it is, how we wish it was cool, and how we take the cool over the heat all day long. Quickly we forget. Hey lady, come on, get move on. Could be sat here for some time. It just love double yellow lines, spoiling all our fun. She's alive! She's alive, I tell you. What a frigging beast the shift cab is, I tell you. It's just, especially that third gear, you know, you run it down to like 20 miles an hour or something like that, and you whack it open, suddenly it's like 19 third. That's awesome. I mean, this is not a sports bike at the end of the day. This is a big, heavy, gargantuan, you know, Charlie dual sport tourer, you know, and to have that degree of flexibility and sportiness, it's just awesome. I like it a lot. Buy another one, Richard. Buy one that you can just use off-road. Just one will do for me, more than enough. A bit like wives, really. You don't need one in your life. You don't need more complicated things. There's just more things to worry about and spend your money on. Do 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 do. Here comes another one of them motorcycles with the big A-pegs. For the people with the really, really long arms. Here comes one of those sports bikes for the people with the real short arms. Here comes one of those four-way stops for people with lots of patience. Ooh, nearly got overtaken by the Harley Davidson then, that will not do. Got to uphold standard. I did not sleep well last night. Two cats got on the bed. One cat got on the bed, another cat got in the bed, and I woke up and it just looked like I was doing a Flosbury flop high jump or something. My body was all crawled in some kind of like spasmodic shape when I woke up. Which is not good for a man of my age and fitness level. Still made it outdoors, got some fresh air. This is my idea of exercise, riding my bike a few hundred miles, shooting the breeze. Just do the twisty lane and hope there's no gravel lying around. I love this little twisty lane down here. It's just before the shop, but for some reason, just every time you want to gun it a little bit, there's a little bit of gravel on the bloody line you want to take, you know. Such is life. Anyway, here we go. Oh, it's started twisty. It's twisty and tight. It really is. Oh, it's so twisty. This one I hate. Oh, gravel everywhere. Oh, it's bloody gravel on that corner. Just when you want to really, really gun it, it's like, yeah. Do like this R1250, got ground clearance for miles. Okay, so we are here to wait for the boys to catch up a little bit, as I was a little bit frisky there, a little bit energetic. Boys, hello, are you there? Dr. Charlie, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, go, yo. Now that's an American flag, isn't it? Wow. It's massive. Doing loads of roadworks down here, so let's see if we can work out how to get in. I think in main entrance. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Jolly good show. I say, tip top.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's ride. Don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe, share with your friends and comment. I always pleased to hear what you have to say. And last but not least, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.